The focus primarily, of course, will be to get a result and play good, entertaining football, play organized, and learn from our previous experiences, especially the experience we had in Mexico. That approach to the game was tactically different. It was a lot more work on defensive organization. But of course, when you're playing at home, now the focus must shift. It's important that we attack, and our transition must be good, and we must be organized defensively, and don't take the opposition lightly.
What have you been concentrating on since returning from the Mexico trip to ensure that we get maximum out of the players come Friday night and looking into next week?
Well, conditioning and a lot more work on the offensive end. I'm getting players to make hard runs out of midfield, as well as tracking back and getting back inside the block. Of course, that's a different mindset. And one of the experiences I find is when you pick the better players from each club, they come with behaviors because they are kind of spoiled in their teams. The demand is not necessarily on them to work hard defensively. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but it's just what it is. But now we have to ask these same players who will probably play the number 10 role in their clubs to now be a number 7, a number 11, and put in the hard work and commitment to get inside the crucial areas so our game can have more of a direction instead of just playing keep the ball. We must learn to keep the ball while we're going forward.
Are you pleased with what you've seen thus far?
Yes, I'm very pleased. I can tell you the commitment and the character of these men is a great example. And I can never stress that. And if you look at the makeup of the team, yes, we have professionals, but the professionals play in the first third, which is the goalkeeper, and they play in the last third. But in the other third, which is the core, those are amateur players. These are players that have to come to training, go to work, come back to training, go back to work. And most of the responsibility is relying on them, shifting the block, tracking, all those small principles that's required to make up a good team. A lot of it relies on the amateurs. And then yet, in the most crucial areas, where we have a professional that can be there for us when we make errors, because as amateurs we will make errors. So it's ideally to have a professional in that area. And also in the last third, where we have a professional that can capitalize on our penetration. So everybody has a responsibility. No responsibility is more important than the next, but it's important that every player comes to play his part. So I'm very grateful for the amateur as well, because they have made the core of this team, and I think they deserve some type of recognition.
And you have some pros available for Puerto Rico?
Yeah, we have the pros, but like I said, the makeup of our pros are either specialist positions, where either strikers, you take John Tate, you take Rai, you take Reggie Lamb, who also can play up top, and you take Nikki. Fantastic front players. And then we have one Dante Lavrock, but is not available for this game, that plays center back. And then you have 2 good goalkeepers, fantastic goalkeepers. Freddie Ho's been a very good example for Dale. Dale has a special quality. If Dale could keep himself focused, Dale can go a long way. Excellent distribution with his feet, left foot and right foot. And that's important, because if in this modern game, the goalkeeper has to be able to play. And I always say in Bermuda, I felt we were before our time, because I remember Scaly Williams, who took a lot of criticism for the way he played goalkeeper, because he was irresponsible, because Scaly used to leave the goal and play like a sweeper. Today we train goalkeepers to be a sweeper. So sometimes we have to appreciate what we have and just watch the youths and see what direction, and then just assist them, because we have a lot of talent. I believe if we lead, they will follow. I really do believe that, but you must lead, and you must show them that you are prepared to go get the necessary information that can assist them just in their day-to-day life, just to feel good about themselves when they go off to work. And that's important.
What's your preferred format, or does it fluctuate for Puerto Rico and fluctuate again for Guatemala?
Well, our philosophy would always stay the same. We like to play build-up football. We like to play penetrating football. But of course, the tactics would change from team to team. So, formations is just a setup you see at the beginning of the game. That your system is supposed to evolve. So no matter wherever, if the ball is in the attacking third, you won't have 5 people in the attacking third. If your ball is in the defensive third, you want to have 7, 8 people. But our formation is just a setup in which it allows you a pattern of play. And once you lose the ball, because it's important in today's football that you come out of balance. The challenge is how quick can you get back into balance? Because now you watch football, both fullbacks go. Not just one fullback. People are taking risks. Before there was a risk, it wasn't heard of. But it's today's football. But you must have the quality. You must have people with good lungs. The center midfield is another position that's involved in modern football. And you look at a Mishek Bed, another player. That's the center midfield. Somebody's physical, good shot, good technical ability, good lungs, good in the tackle. A complete player. Because now that player has to drop back and assist the center backs to allow the fullbacks to go forward. So our philosophy will never change. But our tactics at times can change. And not always you want to play in front of the defense. We have good speed. So it's important that we play behind. So our system can go from 4-2-3-1, it can transform into a 4-3-3, and then it can go to a 3-4-3, and then go to a 3-3-5. That's the modern game.
What other advice you got?
Yeah, because if you look at today's football, the only 2-3 people that really stay in one position are the center backs and the goalkeeper. Your fullback can end up right wing. Look at the fullbacks, Marcellus and Danny Alves. You don't know what position they're playing. It's almost like organized chaos. And that's where the game is. But you have your center backs must be responsible. They have to be good leaders, have good quality, strong in the tackle, good one-on-one skills, and the ability to play 30 and 40-yard balls. So as we develop our kids, these are the players. These is where we want them to be. So when we get an 8 and 10-year-old kid, our sessions have to be designed, not for the football that is playing now, but for the football in the future. And the game is faster. You know, I just read a technical report that on an average, each player has 2.1 seconds on ball possession. And they predict it's going to be 1.3 seconds. So how important is the field and the facility and our kids' development? If we don't do that, they fail. They're going to fail because if you have a bad surface, too much time has to go and concentrate on the ball. But why asking these kids to pick up the line of the ball here and get their heads up to develop their awareness? You cannot develop awareness on bad surface. You can't do it. Let's get into primary schools and fix the field facilities and make the kids want to come to school. I went to school because I like gym. But while I was there, I had to do my maths, I had to do my English. If not, I didn't go play gym. But I didn't go to school to study, be doctor. I wanted to go. I like lunchtime. I like recess. But now if it rains at Victor Scott, the kids can't come out to play in 2 weeks. So it's important. Why we can't catch them coming in and make them feel proud about representing the school like it used to be. So, but that's where we need to go with our football. And we need to work together in this country as coaches. We have to be humble. We have a lot of talented coaches. But we seem not to be working together. It seems like we have our own little corners. And we are here for the development of football and for young men. And collectively, we can come together and we can develop more Andrews, more Schwans, and give them their own identity, more Kenny Thompsons, more DeVos. I mean, look at the names I've just called off. Why would we need anyone to come in here and give us direction when we can sit together? Kenny Thompson, myself, DeVos Boyle, Scott Boyle, Maurice. These are not average coaches and very intelligent people that hold good jobs in society. So why we can't come together and put on a program so all our kids can develop and save them from this society in the direction in which it's going?
Do you find it challenging at times with that mentality of the current national squad players?
Like I said with the national players, it's a nice atmosphere to be in. I find great joy being in their presence. You know, I look forward to coming. I find the strength. I find players that want to do well for their country. Trust me, they want to do. And they're not obligated to play for their country. They have to work. They have to pay their bills. But they find it in their heart to come with no money other than for the love and wanting to represent their country. And it's tough because Bermudians were very critical. Very, very critical. But you have to be immune to criticism. You have to believe in yourself and know your intentions. No player wants to go out on that pitch and make a mistake. Not one player, trust me. But you have to pick yourself up. Life is tough, but you have to keep going. It can only strengthen them. And I asked for this game for those reasons, because Bermuda's audience are tough. Tough, very critical. So why not play in front of them and let them critique us? It can only make us stronger. I can easily say, okay, no game and go play somewhere else. But no, Bermuda's tough. Some players are afraid to play in front of Bermudians. I can tell you that. They'd rather play away because they feel freer. No, let's go. This is our home. We must play. The opposition must be afraid. So if Bermudians have a high expectation, we must give them what they want. It's simple. You train harder, you do your extras, get in the street, do your running, let them see you. And they will support you.
What about the obviously the World Cup campaign? Suppose it ends with Guatemala. Do you fear that the national program sort of stops for a bit and then you kind of go back rather than go forward? Is your biggest fear that you don't continue on, like we're building on momentum and such?
Well, I think administratively, I think that can come from there. I mean, I'm sure they have a roadmap and where in what direction they want us to go. It would be sad to see this end. I mean, at any time. Rather Guatemala, Canada, whoever, it would be sad because I really enjoyed the commitment. I really enjoyed the hard work, and hopefully it will continue on because realistically, I always said that I would like to put us back where we were in regards to the Caribbean. I want us to be as one of the best in the Caribbean. And I don't want to know about the size. You're too small. Size not. That was too small. Yeah, whatever. The boys here, you have a good heart, good intention, good work ethic. So what's too small? Show me an organized nation. I'll show you a nation respected by the world. It's not size. You have big nations not organized. It's no excuse. It's just invest. You know how hard it is for a Brazil coach to get call a national training session? He has players in Italy, players in Spain, players. I can call a training session, I get 20 players come. So why not make sure we got the right education, the right knowledge, the right environment? Why not? We have everything here. We're special here. We're special. There's no way we could be in the Atlantic and don't have no type of quality. We got Sean Good, we have Clyde Best, Mike Sharp. Fantastic. These are the people that I saw that inspired me. Champions, hard-working people. So we now have to inspire the generation below us. Be hard-working just like the people before us. But we have been spoiled with luxuries. So what happens? We chase after luxuries, but we have to learn to sacrifice worldly desires in order to be of some benefit to your community and your family. So anyway, because people before sacrificed, my granny sacrificed. Everybody sacrifices. But we must make sacrifices to reach our goal. But like I said, it would be sad if this group breaks up. It's a young group. It's a young group.
The emphasis has been put on the young players, obviously, trying to build a team going forward. But we saw, and I'm sure no one's really objected to it, we saw a player like, what's his name, Damon Mean come back. How do you feel about having him back in these?
Damon is a good quality. Damon's special. Damon's got a good engine, good hard-working trainer. And Damon asked to come back after he saw the game. Because remember, I had an open invitation. I don't run no wire fence. Anybody wants to play for Bermuda, come. Don't come play for Andrew Bascome. Because he could fire me, but you still must play. But Damon asked to be a part. Why not? It's not like I went out of my way looking for anyone. They want to come in. And we now have a young man, I think his name Keelan. Left-footed, fantastic player. You'll see him play. Fantastic player. Good character. But it's important for Damon Ming to be around the group. You know, it's not like I selected the young players, these people that came in, and I tried to make the best of them. If a player wants to be a part, it's welcome to train. But I have the right to say you could play or you can't play or you could train. I have that right, not you. You know, so Damon, Freddie, senior player. You know, and if you look at it in the next 4 years, some of these players be 26, 28. Zico Lewis, boy, fantastic player. Good education, good student. Why this boy is not the poster boy of Bermuda's football? Why? He has all the examples and the qualities of what we want in a young man. Good in school. Good in school. And his behavior and his conduct and the information he carries out on that field, fantastic. This is where we need to get these kids. Education is so important. We can't sit here and wait for somebody to become a pro and lose another 20 kids. Come on. But you don't hear about Zico. You don't hear about Zico. You got what? Zico should be there. Trust me when I tell you. And a beautiful player to watch. Fantastic. And a beautiful person. But I will pay to come watch Zico play. I will pay as the coach. I will pay. Come watch him play. And then you have Juwan Day, of course, who is going into his own. He takes a lot of my criticism because he's the coach's son. It's tough for him. It's tough. So I'm on a deliberately in training. You must make your time. You must be early. You must work harder than the rest of the players. And the players look at me and think I'm too tough. Too tough? Boy, you make one mistake. You're only playing because I've been there, done that. I must squash all that and make him feel that he deserves to be there. He has to feel that. And I would know that by leadership on the pitch. When he starts to take hold of the game like he took hold of the game the other day. Fantastic quality. But hey, sometimes our kids are a little spoiled. You know, they don't have to go take out the trash. Something as simple as that, but that's responsible. Doing what you have to do when no one's supervising you. And that's where we need to make our young man. You must be responsible. Spend more hours without supervised coaching. Go down the field on your own. Do your extras. Not every time you see a kid play today, somebody's got a whistle in their mouth. Don't do this. Don't do that. You have to try. And you have to experiment, especially while they're young. Because when they get 14, 15, they don't want to play no more. Look at our football. Where all the boys go? We have 200 coming in. And we end up with 60 going on. It's not the kid. It's got to be the environment that we have created. By burning them out. Because we have a fantastic talent. I would always say that. I believe in Bermuda. I believe in it.
What's a good result for you in Guatemala in the first game? What was you talking about considerable results considering the 2 games?
Don't let them score. You can call it a win or a draw, but don't let them score. That would be our aim. And if we can score, it would be fantastic. But we're going into an environment where these people love football. So the atmosphere we must enjoy it. Those are the people you want to be in front of. People that every time you touch the ball, But sometimes if we're not used to that environment, it could cause fear and doubt. I remember when we went to Haiti, and it was full house, and Haiti had a fantastic team. And they were pop, pop, pop. But as we began to play, they appreciated football because people appreciate good football. People appreciate good football. Not everybody goes to the World Cup finals, not just the people that like those two teams. It's people that want to see good football. So that's what it's about, good football. And what is good for football? People that have show good character. People that then make error, recover. You knock someone down, you pick them up. And this is outside of talent. Outside of talent. You must have those characteristics. You must have to be successful in anything that you do, even in your work environment. You must be punctual, you must be hardworking, you must have finished assignments. The boss must have confidence that you can carry out your assignments. If not, you're not going to work. And we have those qualities. They were displayed before people like me. My granny and my daddy work hard. You guys worked hard at anything. So what is hard work? It's important. And it should become part of our daily diet. Work hard today, son. Work hard today. Yeah. And be of some benefit to people. How you going to be around people and not be of no benefit? Help. Make yourself useful like my granny used to say. Tap into that intelligence. Yeah. So.
If things don't go good on Friday night.
Oh, if things don't go good, I don't want to deal with that. If I'm trying not to look if things don't go good. I'm trying to get this if don't go good out of my mind.
Right.
And you want to bring them back up. So,
right. How do we refocus getting on the flight next week?
I guess that would be tough. But we have to understand this is something we have to go through to get to where we want to be. And I'm not thinking of bad result. No, I'm not thinking bad result. I want good performance. I want commitment. I want hard work. If I get there, and then I'm satisfied. But I must have that. I must have it from everybody on the pitch. You know, and from the analysis of the World Cup just gone, they have surveyed that people like Benzema and people that play the number 9 position, the amount of time they spent in the earned half defending, and also responsible to score. It's amazing where this game is going. So you can't be the striker that stands up and think everybody come. No, when we don't have the ball, you must get in the block and you must work. So if you have talent and those characteristics, I cannot pick you. Simple as that. Because it's a lot of talent. All over Bermuda you see talent. But desire is important. So I hope you're not going to ask me no more about if the result don't go bad. But good question.
How are you feeling personally about everything?
I feel good. I feel good because the journey that I've been on and the commitment of the players, and I understand and I'm realistic about what I'm working with. In Mexico, every player we played against was a professional. Every player. And we done well. We done well. Of course, I would like to win. But then what message that would have sent Bermuda? Huh? The players would have left for. But you have to look at the game and analyze the game. I thought we done real well. Better than I expected, defensively. So I know what we can do defensively. I know what we can do offensively. So we must bring both principles together. And we must play football. And good football. And play with a purpose and a desire to win. To win. We must attack the opposition's goal. We must. And just don't keep the ball to keep the ball, to play sexy football. No, no, no. We must play to win. If we keep the ball, we must keep the ball by going forward. So the only way to go forward is all. You need people in midfield that's prepared to make hard runs out of midfield. They must, because if they don't make the run, the ball's not going to go. Simple.
Any worries that the fact that Guatemala only lost 3-0 to Mexico's senior national team?
No, no worries. I mean, to play against that opposition, you know, they're a fantastic team. I couldn't look at that team and think, oh, we have a chance, or Guatemala's not a good team. I would never walk away with that. I looked at them and I realized the level of opposition played, and I think they done pretty good. They had some moments, you know. I mean, tactically, I saw some areas in which we can exploit, but I don't want to say too much of that. But
And the fact that they're playing number 9 ranked in the world on Saturday, does that give them a slight edge as far as the level of play going into the first leg?
yeah, because Guatemala's a football nation, you know, they play, but we are also football crazy in Bermuda, but it's the desire to want to beat them, you know. That's important. And that's what it's going to come down to.
This team, possibly the strongest national team you've had as a different coach, would you call it that?
Right,
How
yes.
compared to other teams, considering the pros that you have at Jerry Spills and all?
I felt we've had, like Gary Darrow and Dean had a good World Cup, and you had teams before me. But as coach, this is probably the only group I've really worked with. So it's like I said, it's a good group. It's an encouraging group. I mean, I'm sure any coach I can tell you would like to work with a group like this. And if I had enough money, could you imagine if we can pay them? Could you imagine if they can come to football every day? You're asking amateurs to play against professionals in the World Cup. And people are coming demanding that we make the World Cup, you know. People demanding that we make the World Cup. Amateurs. What are we going to do for them to assist them so we can help and realize the reality? How are we assisting them on the journey? Say, just be nice and just enjoy. A bunch of amateurs that's going to work collectively to make Bermuda proud. Come on. And if you want any more, we invest more. You know what you say, come on. If you grow corn, you're going to get apples. So.
Last question, anybody?